Here we are in summertime. Your kids are home and it is crazy at your house. Today I'm going to talk about summer routines and things you can do to keep your kids busy. I'm Tiffany Bakke of The Self-Motivated Child, and today we're going to talk about summer routines. So it's summertime and your kids are home for the summer. Sometimes you as a parent are home with your children. Sometimes you have a babysitter coming to the house, or you have a family member babysitting your children. And your children are bored and you're wondering, what do I do with them for 3 months so I don't lose my mind? Well, today I'm going to talk about some easy ways to combat the stress for you, the caregiver. First things first, kids need structure. So don't let structure go out the window during summer. Yes, they can be a little bit more relaxed where your child isn't having to get up by a set time, but still you want to keep those morning routines in place that your child did during the school year, that they get up and get dressed and brush their teeth and make their bed. That sense of knowing what's coming next and having that plan helps them continue to proceed forward with their day and just know what's coming, have comfortability, and it's waking up your brain so your child is ready to then engage in other activities. The next thing, all of us, our brains are more engaged in the morning. So any kind of maybe structured activities that you want to do in the morning, or you want to do them in the morning, don't wait until after lunch to practice an instrument per se, or if you want them to do some sort of school work. You want to get that done in the morning when their brains are activated, when they've had a good breakfast or they've had snack and they're ready to do some work. Also, if you want them getting outside, maybe the morning time is the better time to do it, where it's a little bit cooler or you might have some shade. In our house, we limit screen time over the summer. And when we do offer it, it is in the early afternoon before dinner. I don't offer it in the morning because I want my kids again engaged as their brains are awake in the day. I want them doing any sort of schoolwork. I maybe have them doing some practicing, being creative. I want all that done in the morning. And then in the afternoon, after lunch, when they're tired, we do some more quiet activities. I might let them watch some TV or play some video games or read. But once it gets to dinner, they're done, because after dinner, we're switching to that bedtime routine where I want those quiet activities and not the flashing lights of a screen. Again, you want to keep to the bedtime routine. It may shift a little bit later, but again, that sense of knowing what's coming next and your child being comfortable of what to expect. Keep to the bedtime routine of what happens first, what happens next. If you're limiting screen time, doing that. In our house, we've structured our activities different ways. Sometimes their summer plan has been structured by a practical life or a daily life chore that they have to do, and then a fitness activity, and then a schoolwork activity, and then a practice activity. This year, my kids wanted to break it into morning, afternoon, and evening schedules. And so this is a time where you will want to sit down with your child. Even your youngest one can have some input as to when they'd like to do certain activities, or just you talking through the plan with them. Your younger child with the plan maybe has a laminated sheet and they move down a clothespin, or they move a little Velcro piece from one activity to the next. My children like to laminate a page and use a dry erase marker and mark things off. This year, my boys are going into middle school, and I want them practicing charting their work, keeping track of what they need to do. So this summer, we're working on using a planner, and each day they're writing their daily plan, their daily routine, even writing down getting dressed, eating breakfast, making bed. They're doing it each day to simulate it being an assignment. So there's a lot of things that you can do to build into this routine. For your younger child, it just may be that morning routine of getting up, and then maybe you tell them that they go play, that they have structured play time. And maybe you then have another time where they have quiet time, where they go look at books, so they do some drawing, something by themselves that's quiet. Maybe if you're needing to run some errands, you build that into your child's day too, that they know that they go run errands in the afternoon. So structuring the plans together and keeping it pretty basic for your youngest ones. In one of my past videos, I talked about a boredom buster jar. So during the summer, I have activities for the boredom buster jar, but I also have the structured activities for my kids. For my kids, I always have built-in reading time. Being a Montessori teacher, I don't do worksheets. However, I know that my children will eventually, or have, transitioned to traditional education where they do a lot more worksheets. And I want to keep my children kind of on top of being used to doing schoolwork. So I always purchase a little workbook with them. And then we go to the library and we do the reading program over the summer. So we have reading. So these are kind of the work things that I have my children doing. I also have them build in their practice for their musical instrument or their sports. Remember, this summertime routine, your children are learning a sense of time with routines. They're learning what comes next, and they're learning to feel comfortable in knowing what's coming next. So keep to the routines. Be sure that it's not all work. Build in a lot of fun. And if you want more specific ideas, there are so many online. I don't want to limit you with ideas that I say here, but if you go online and do a search, you can make a list that caters to your family. I hope your children have a lot of opportunity to be creative this summer. If you like what you have seen so far, be sure to subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, follow me on Facebook at Tiffany Bakke.